In the food at Maybe.
And water filters in need of replacement across campus.
What is going on with the food and water at Trinity, and what are campus officials doing about it? Find out right now on Newswave.
Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon and welcome back to Newswave. Today is Friday, October 11th, and my name is Nellie Clark.
And I'm Michaela Minoza.
A series of shocking discoveries in Maybe Dining Hall have left Trinity students concerned about food safety. On September 19th, Charlotte Lee, a first-year biochemistry and molecular biology major, noticed something that might be a caterpillar in her meal. Lee said, quote, "I was too scared to do anything, so I threw the veggies away. I should have confirmed with dining services, but I was too unsure and I had to rush to other things." Lee isn't alone in her experience. Foster Good, a first-year engineering science major, recounted finding a worm-like bug in his broccoli on 3 separate occasions. These incidents, occurring throughout September, have raised concerns from students. Chase Taylor, resident district manager and Chartwell's employee, responded to the claims, writing in an email, quote, "We've increased the frequency and thoroughness of our produce inspections, and we aim to strengthen preventative measures and to ensure food safety and quality remain at the forefront of our operations." Taylor also emphasized that Chartwell's takes student feedback very seriously and aims to address concerns swiftly. Despite reassurances, some students are still concerned about food quality and argue that should better reflect the price that they pay for meal plans.
If you fill your water bottle frequently on campus, you may have noticed the growing number of red lights on the water bottle refill stations. Many worry that those red lights signify the need of a new filter, but Trinity University officials have stated that the water is still safe to drink. Blaine Martin, an SGA senator, reached out to facilities to question the growing number of red lights. At the September 26 SGA meeting, Ernesto Gonzalez, Associate Director of Facility Services, said that, quote, "I know the red light seems like a red flag, but it is only because the filters we are using do not turn the light off." Gonzalez assured SGA that the water is safe and that the light system has no reflection on the status of the filters. Katie Amder, a Trinitonian news reporter, tested water bottle filling stations around campus to see which are the best based on water quality, and found that the chapel and the 3rd floor of Northrop had the best water. She also mentioned that the best source of water on campus is Starbucks, as you can get your water filled there for free. Though the red lights seem like they will be around for a while, make sure you are staying hydrated on campus.
On Wednesday, October 9th, SGA had many topics to cover at their weekly meeting. To start, they had a chat with Andrew Wells, Vice President of Student Affairs, in which he spoke about finding how students find belonging, inclusion, and connection. After Wells, Chase Taylor and Kirsten Alderite came from Dining Services to speak with SGA about some upcoming events and initiatives, along with the Q&A period. They announced a new giveaway by Dining Services called Voice to Vision, where any student can fill out a feedback form for the chance to win an Xbox. After the presenters, SGA held climate check. Freshman Senator Pilar Mir brought up possibly finding ways to do free printing and was directed to talk to a few people. I, Nellie Clark, a freshman senator, talked about the lack of functional dry erase markers in Chapman's public spaces and will contact facilities about the matter. Freshman Senator John De Hoyos said that multiple people talked to him about the unkempt BZ underground space and he is working towards a solution. Finally, officer reports. Chief of Staff Harrison Tinker rescheduled the pickleball social to October 27th, Alumni Weekend. DEI Chair Trinity Hatchett said the library's 2nd floor bathrooms are running again, assuming proper flush procedure. And the Collaborations Chair Dawson Wolf said Free Food Friday is coming soon, October 25th, 11 p.m. to 1 p.m. in the Coates Student Center.
Trinity University just announced this year's DeCourcy lecturer, renowned plant biologist and author Dr. Robin Wall Kimmerer. According to Trinity News, Kimmerer is a mother, scientist, decorated professor, and enrolled member of the citizen Potawatomi Nation. She is the author of Braiding Sweetgrass, Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants, and she has also authored many papers on plant ecology, traditional knowledge, and restoration ecology. Kimmerer will speak of her work in restoration ecology here in Trinity's Laurie Auditorium on Monday, November 4th at 7 p.m. The lecture is free for all to attend, but attendees must register beforehand at events.trinity.edu.
With only a few weeks left until the election, on-campus organizations are finding creative ways to spread voter information. Trinity Progressives, Move Texas TU, and Pi Sigma Alpha are co-hosting a watch party for the upcoming Texas Senate debate. The debate is between incumbent Republican Senator Ted Cruz and challenging Democratic Representative Colin Allred. The debate watch party will take place on Tuesday, October 15th at 7 p.m. in Dickey Hall, room 104. This is a nonpartisan event that all Trinity students are invited to attend, and there will be free pizza and drinks available for those watching.
After the break, we've got your weekly weather update.
And stories from around San Antonio and across the state of Texas.
All this and more when Newswave returns.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Welcome back to Newswave. The popular Texas music festival, Austin City Limits, kicked off its 2024 season this past weekend. The festival, which began in 2002, draws in large crowds to Austin's Zilker Park every year to watch a wide variety of popular artists for 3 full days. This year, crowds showed up and showed out for artists like Dua Lipa, Tyler the Creator, Chris Stapleton, and breakout pop star Chappell Roan. A crowd of thousands of people gathered to watch Chappell Roan on Sunday night, all dancing to her music as far as the eye can see. Not only does ACL offer access to the popular artists, but they also feature lots of smaller independent artists. Fans can expect to be able to listen to music of all different genres, as well as enjoy food and drinks from local Austin businesses. Austin City Limits has its second and final weekend this weekend, starting today in Zilker Park, only an hour and 45 minutes away from campus. For those of you heading to ACL or just looking to enjoy the outdoors this weekend, Newswave Chief Meteorologist Luke Morton has your weekly weather update.
Hello everyone and happy Friday. I hope you all had a great week, and let me be the first to welcome you to the weekend. So even though the calendar has turned to October, it has still very much felt like summer this month. This week saw record-breaking temperatures for this time of year, with highs well into the 90s. However, one silver lining, as it has been a relatively dry heat. This weekend looks to see more of the same, with highs in the 90s and lows in the 60s under mostly sunny skies. Looking ahead to next week, we might be seeing a taste of fall. There will be a cool front blowing in early next week that could knock our highs down into the low 80s and lows in the 50s, which will make those pumpkin spice lattes from Starbucks a bit more justifiable. Skies will remain mostly sunny. Unfortunately, our drought here in South Texas continues to worsen, as we have not seen measurable rain in our area for over a month. Hopefully, we are able to get some rain towards the end of October, but for now, there is no rain in the forecast for the foreseeable future. Anyways, that's all for me today. I hope you all have a great weekend, and best of luck during midterm season.
The U.S. Department of Energy announced last Thursday that a $1.5 billion investment in electrical grids has begun across the United States. The announcement unveiled the Southern Spirit Project, which will receive $360 million worth of investment from the Department of Energy to construct a power pole that is 320 miles long. The high-voltage power line will run across Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, helping connect the Lone Star State to the U.S. grid. Pattern Energy, the company running the construction, are also investing $2.6 billion into the project. They expect to begin construction in 2028 and will estimate that it will be completed by 2031. There are many benefits to this project, including improved power reliability and decreased outages during severe weather events. Also, the project will create 850 construction jobs and 305 permanent operation jobs. As the federal government continues its efforts to bring Texas into the national energy grid, we here at Newswave will be sure to keep you updated.
Last Saturday, more than 2,000 people attended the 7th annual Carry Forward 5K hosted by the Wounded Warrior Project. The event showcased the continued support for veterans in San Antonio. Participants gathered in Mission County Park with the option to carry a flag, a weight ranging from 100 to 100 pounds, or another person. The weight symbolized the burden veterans take on to protect the country. Angela Hemman, the Wounded Warrior Project's director of peer-to-peer fundraising events, said, quote, "We're extremely grateful for the San Antonio's continued support of this exciting 5K and our mission to empower more veterans every year," end quote. There will be a virtual Carry Forward 5K for those who could not attend the event Saturday. To support the Wounded Warrior Project, donations can be made on their website.
Still coming up, we've got an update on the destruction caused by Hurricane Milton and other stories from around the country. Stick around, we'll be right back after this short message.
How much difference can one vote make? Since 2023, more than 60 U.S. elections have been tied or won by just one vote. So this fall, your friend could be the tiebreaker. And that could make all the difference. People are more likely to vote when encouraged by a friend. So use your power to decide this election. Make sure you're good to vote and encourage your friends to make a voting plan at votevotevote.com.
Earlier this week, Florida was struck by another deadly hurricane, which left millions without power statewide. For more on this, we'll pass it off to Newswave Chief Meteorologist Luke Morton.
Late Wednesday night, Hurricane Milton made landfall near Siesta Key, Florida as a Category 3 storm. According to CNN.com, wind gusts near Tampa Bay reached as high as 107 miles per hour. As the storm passed through the state, more than 2 million homes and businesses lost power. Drone footage shows the devastation as the roof was ripped off of Tropicana Field, which was intended to serve as a site for first responders and cleanup crews. On Thursday morning, Milton passed across the Florida peninsula and entered the Atlantic Ocean. CNN reports that 16 people have died in tornadoes that sprouted out from the hurricane's path of destruction. National Hurricane Center Director Michael Brennan said that the tornadoes spawned by Milton were, quote, supercharged compared to typical offshoot tornadoes from hurricanes. This phenomenon is a result of increasingly warm waters in the Gulf of Mexico, which give hurricanes a reservoir of energy to pull as they charge toward land. As hurricane season continues throughout November, our thoughts are with those in Florida who are living through their second historic hurricane in just 2 weeks' time.
With the presidential election in full swing, over 1.4 million Americans have cast their votes so far. However, as of early August, neither Donald Trump nor Kamala Harris has made any ground over one another in what is a neck-and-neck competition going into the final stretch of their campaigns. Both their respective vice presidential picks, J.D. Vance and Tim Walz, also faced off in the sole vice presidential debate of this cycle, but initial polls saw the debate as a draw. According to The Guardian, Harris has the lead in 5 of 7 swing states, but overall odds continue to have roughly even odds of winning, with Harris holding 49.3% of the vote nationally compared to 46% for Trump.
East Coast and Gulf Coast dock workers have temporarily suspended their strike until January 15th after the International Longshoremen's Association reached a deal with the United States Maritime Alliance. The strike began earlier this month as dock workers called for higher pay and assurances against the automation of cranes and gates, which would displace many dock workers and vastly alter the American shipping industry. The strike affected major U.S. ports such as Baltimore, Houston, New York, and many others. Had the strike continued for more than a week, Americans would have been left scrambling to buy imported goods before prices skyrocketed. With the temporary stoppage in place, the two parties have time to work out a new deal while keeping the ports running.
When Newswave returns, you'll hear from our sports editor, Caleb Reed, on Trinity football, volleyball, and soccer, and an inside look at the swearing in of Mexico's first female president. We'll be right back in 60 seconds.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate, and it's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. to love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Welcome back to Newswave. I hope that you had an awesome week, and let's go ahead and jump right on into sports. Trinity football suffered a rough road loss last weekend in their conference opener, dropping their first conference game since 2020 to highlight a pretty tough season. The team fell 12-24 on Center's homecoming weekend, breaking a 1,600-day winning streak against the Southern Athletic Association. Trinity hopes to rectify that loss this weekend, going for a battle of the jungle as they take on the Sewanee Tigers tomorrow at noon here at home. Meanwhile, 19th ranked Trinity Volleyball took a weekend vacation away from conference play in the SCAC, flying up to New York City last week to play in a 3-game tournament. The Tigers went 2-1 on the weekend, winning against unranked Smith College 3-2 before losing 1-3 to number 22 Ithaca. The team rebounded in their final match of the weekend, though, taking down number 20 NYU 3-1 to take their 10th win of the season. The team will now return to conference play, playing 3 games in 2 days down in Houston against St. Thomas, Austin, and Colorado College, a product of the new divisional format for the conference this season. Meanwhile, both men's and women's soccer went undefeated over the weekend, earning the sweep against SCAC competition. The men got it started with a 2-0 win over McMurray University here at home, but it looked like the team might have let off the gas a little bit during the game overall. Their next game was another low-scoring affair on the road this time, taking on Concordia University in Austin with a 2-1 win. Women's soccer had 2 big wins over the weekend, as they didn't allow a single goal over their 2 games. They got the party started with a 3-0 shutout against McMurray University, pulling away with 2 goals in the second half. They then continued their weekend success with a 1-0 shutout on the road at Concordia, taking advantage of an early goal and hanging on to it after the half to take the win. Both teams will now play their second-to-last home weekend series of the year tomorrow and Sunday, taking on Texas Lutheran as well as Southwestern here at home, continuing their conference schedule.
Claudia Sheinbaum has been sworn in as Mexico's first female president, taking over from her Moreno party ally, Andres Manuel López Obrador. The 62-year-old climate scientist and former mayor of Mexico City begins a 6-year term with her party holding a significant majority in the legislature. Sheinbaum's presidency marks a historic milestone in Mexico, where all its previous presidents have been men. She will face significant challenges, including managing judicial reforms and maintaining investor confidence, while balancing social spending and environmental initiatives. Her leadership style is expected to focus on data-driven approaches and continued efforts to tackle crime and boost welfare programs. Sheinbaum's inauguration is a win for the international feminist movement. During her swearing-in ceremony, Sheinbaum said, quote, "Now is a time of transformation. Now is the time of women."
On Saturday night, Israel carried out an attack that shook Lebanon's capital, marking a terrifying night for civilians. Airstrikes lit up the sky, leaving towers of smoke rising early into Sunday morning. Israeli warplanes carried out more than 30 overnight air raids on the southern suburbs of Beirut, marking one of the most violent nights of attacks since Israel expanded its military offense against Lebanon. Lebanon's official national news agency claims one of the strongholds in South Beirut was hit by more than 30 strikes, including a petrol station and a hotel near the city's international airport. Thousands of residents poured into Beirut's city center to escape the bombardments in their southern neighborhoods. Casualties of the latest strikes have not immediately been determined yet, but Lebanon has not spent any lost time responding to the attacks. In retaliation, the Lebanese armed military group launched 3 sets of rockets and missiles at soldiers in Manara in southern Israel. The group has also claimed attacks on Israeli troops who attempted to infiltrate Lebanon through forcing them to retreat.
Congolese authorities began the rollout of Mpox vaccinations nearly 2 months after the disease outbreak spread from the Congo to neighboring Central African countries and was declared a global health emergency by the World Health Organization. 265,000 doses of the Mpox vaccine were donated by the European Union and the United States and were distributed in the city of Goma and in the North Kivu province. The Congo is suspected to have as many as 30,000 Mpox cases, resulting in 859 deaths, and all 26 Congolese provinces reporting cases of Mpox. Although most Mpox infections and deaths occur in children under the age of 15, the vaccinations currently being rolled out are only approved for adults, with most of those going to the frontline medical workers and at-risk populations. At least 3 million child-friendly doses of the Mpox vaccine are expected from Japan in the coming week.
That's all the time we have for this week. We hope y'all are staying healthy through midterm season and hope y'all are looking forward to fall break as much as we are.
As a reminder, fall break is next Friday, October 18th. Newswave will return the week after on Friday, October 25th. Until then, I'm Michaela Minoza.
And I'm Nellie Clark. Have a good weekend.